You mentioned that you have a very forceful letdown and it causes your baby to cough and sputter, and it can also be frustrating for babies. And the number one cause of a forceful letdown is oversupply. So there's a couple of things that you can do. You can work on regulating your milk supply, and you can also get your baby more used to it. It's actually very normal for babies between, birth to 3 months of age to struggle a little bit with letdowns because they're small and they're trying to keep up with the fast pace. And then around 3 months or so, a mother's milk supply naturally kind of evens out. And so it's a combination of issues, but this can be a normal problem. One of the things that you can try is putting your baby in an uphill nursing position, and this will help them to keep up with it a little bit better. If you think about yourself too, when you're lying down and swallowing, it's much harder than when you're sitting up and swallowing. So you can hold your baby in the football hold or in the cross-cradle position where their head is slightly elevated. You can also do it in a side-lying position, and all of these things will give your baby the uphill advantage and may help them stay on top of forceful letdowns. Another issue commonly associated with forceful letdown is gas, because babies swallow a lot of air trying to stay on top of the flow. So burp your baby well in between each side and after the feeding to make sure that you get this gas out. Now, this next suggestion sounds a little counterintuitive, but it can be helpful. If you try nursing your baby more frequently throughout the day, it reduces the amount of milk available to your baby. And so it can slow the flow and make it more manageable for your baby during breastfeeding. When letdowns occur, you can also take the baby off the breast if it's really forceful and just let it drip into a cloth, and then latch your baby back on when it's slowed down a little bit. The last suggestion is pumping a little bit of milk off before you latch your baby on, but this can stimulate milk production further, and that may add to the problem. So this should be your last resort. But the idea is if you get to the point where it's a forceful letdown, let it happen and then latch your baby on. That can help them manage the flow of breastfeeding from that point on during the feeding. If you have any other concerns or questions about your baby, call your pediatrician. And if you have more questions for me in the future, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms, and recommend us to your friends and family too.